Hey guys, so today is a 5-month wig check-in for my Belle Tress Columbia wig. So the Belle Tress Columbia was my very first wig that I reviewed on YouTube probably around 5 months ago. It was a wig unboxing and a first impressions of the wig. So I've had some time to live in it over this winter, and because it's winter in Australia, so I've had some time to live in it and really feel the wig, restyle it the way that I wanted to, kind of understand what I like and don't like about the brand just from this wig itself, but also, you know, if there's anything that I would look for in my next wig from Belle Tress. So keep on watching if you'd like to hear more about how Columbia has worn for the past 5 months. Right, so I will add a photo of what Columbia looked like when I first took it out of the box and it was fresh. I had done nothing to it, I hadn't washed it. I actually thought it was a very comfortable wig. If you recall, or if you haven't seen my video, I'll link it down below. The only thing that I thought was the mono part, or the lace part. I thought it was quite scratchy and I thought the roots were a bit dark. So the roots, I'm not sure if you can see, they are probably a 4 or a 2. They're really dark roots. And I have this wig in Mocha with cream. So it is quite a warm caramel brown shade. It has some really intense highlights and, you know, it has a lot of dimension. And I've loved this wig. I've loved wearing this wig. I interchanged this wig in winter with my human hair wig, which the review should already be up. That's my Ellen Villa Noble Look wig. And I think with a couple of John Renaults. So yeah, this wig, when I first purchased it, it was quite 80s rock hair. I found that it was a bit out there. The wave pattern, yes, although it was like a shadowed wave, I just felt like there was a lot of hair. And because there were so many layers, it created this quite wide and big looking wig. I don't mind big hair. I've said that in so many videos. I enjoy having a bit larger, a bit crazy, a bit wild hair because I think that kind of suits my my split personality, if you will. So yeah, I have a wig for each different look or each different, you know, headspace that I'm in that day. So this really did suit that look. So what I found though, after a few washes, the wave has dropped and I find that it's a looser wave. And I love it. It needed to drop. So I actually hang this. I don't use a net to hold the wave up or anything like that. I hang it on the side of my my wig bookshelf. I don't even hang it on a wig stand because I want the curl. I want the wave to drop. I want it to become, you know, more relaxed. So let me do a quick spin so you can see what this has looked like after, you know, 5 months, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit about how it's performed. So yes, it's still that really cool wave. Yeah, it is a heat-friendly fiber, so you can use heating tools on this. And I heard a lot of people say that it frayed at the edges or it frizzed at the edges. I agree 100%, but I never use a heat tool on this to get rid of the frizz. I wasn't sure how I would then curl it. Like, I've still not curled a wig, and you know, I've only straightened and seam straightened or used heating tools on straight wigs. So with this one, I didn't want to, you know, manipulate it too much. And I realized that because I do play with my hair, it was causing some friction. I'll show you guys, see, hopefully you can see the frizz. There's a bit of frizz, but what I found is if I don't play with it, it doesn't frizz. So that's one of the things that I did, is I tried to not play around with it too much. You know, I couldn't avoid the fringe because it is quite heavy, but I did enjoy that because I do very deep parts as well. So I purchased my Belle Madame products off Leanne Thompson the first time I washed this wig, and I used those products and I let this soak in the balsam. and I found the texture that it was so soft. You know, I didn't want to use anything else on this wig. I just kept using the Belle products, and I've washed this a good, probably around 10 times or so. It's helped relax the curl. So the products that I did try to use to get the knots out, or to, you know, give it a daily brush or a comb. So I tried the Domino products, the Domino HD spray. I found that it was too coarse on the fibers. I tried the Aesthetica Wet Line, the mist that they have, which I also purchased from Leanne Thompson at the Beauty Nook. It was good, and I found it softened it, and I could comb it out a bit easier. But again, it wasn't giving me, you know, the actual softness in the fiber. And obviously this is a heat-friendly fiber, and I had no experience with that, so I wanted to trial more products. So I went to a local beauty supply store here in Sydney where they sell hair extensions and beading and what have you. I asked them if they had any products that they recommended, because I wanted to find that one product that I could trial and test on these fibers specifically that I could use, and they gave me this. So this is African Essence Control Wig Spray. 3-in-1 formula for human hair and synthetic hair. Softens, conditions, provides moisture and sheen. So I thought, you know what, I'll just try it on a little bit of the hair. I tried it on half the wig, and the other half I just kept using the Aesthetica mist. So this has a really intense coconut tropical scent. I do love a scented product in my hair, but I found that after I spritzed it and I combed it out, the comb glided through. So that's what I was looking for. A little goes a long way, because I found out the hard way that if you add too much, it gets really sticky, and it gunks up a little bit, and, you know, dust collects on it and what have you. So there is a lot of build up. But yeah, I found that this product specifically, when I used it, it did soften the fiber. And I wasn't getting as much friction, especially around the nape. So I'm really fortunate that I did find this, and I will continue to use it on this wig specifically. So when I do purchase another heat-friendly wig, I'll try this on that as well. It might just be these fibers that they work on. You know, every company has their own separate fibers. But yeah, this has worked really well for me on the Belle Tress wig. So yeah, I've really enjoyed using it, and together with the Belle Madame shampoo and balsam, it's really helped maintain these fibers. So the lace front, I still am not a huge fan of the lace front on this wig. Not the lace front itself, but the lace and the fabric and the material that's used on the lace. I find it's a little bit itchy, just a little bit. It's still quite itchy. The knotting itself, as you can see, you know, I kind of plucked the part a little bit, or where I tend to part it the most, so it has a bit more of a natural appearance. So as I mentioned, this has dropped, and it's not as big in terms of width, and the wave doesn't create this massive wig. So I can easily tuck up on my ear. The fibers are really soft, and you know, I find that they're easy to maneuver. I've worn it in clips, I've done braids. I think it's a really cool it's a cool wig that you can style in different ways, and that you can manipulate to your style and your own personal style and what you're looking for. So I've not regretted purchasing this wig, and I'm so happy that it was my first wig that I reviewed on this channel, because it's given me enough time to come back with an update and, you know, updated thoughts, because yeah, it was a new brand for me. So I'm really happy that I did purchase it, and I've really enjoyed it. So I'm going to take it off and show you again the inside, and nothing's really changed, but you know, just to go full circle in my review. So I'll be back in a minute. This is the lace or the material that I was talking to you about. So you can see that it is quite plasticky. Other than that, it's a very decent wig cap. I mean, it's got your open wefts. It has a little extended nape here, which is really hard to see. It has your classic bra strapped adjusters. They don't even have the Velcro adjusters, but that's all right. You know, I moved it once and that was it. I find the wig cap to be quite roomy, so if you have a standard average, then this will fit you perfectly. If you have a little bit bigger head than average, then this will also fit you. So yeah, there's a little bit of room to play if you have an average plus head. So let me show you again the knots so you can see. So the knotting on this is, you know, they're very dark knots. They're small, but they're very dark. So yeah, it's fine. It's a really cool wig, so you know, I can overlook that. Okay, so nothing's really changed in terms of cap. It hasn't stretched in 5 months, and I've worn this so many times. You guys have seen so many photos probably on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, it's become one of my or it was one of my go-to wigs in winter. So yes, it's a really great wig. If you're on the fence about a Belle Tress wig, then I hope this helps you decide, because it's really great. This is the color up close again. It is a nice warm dimensional caramel shade, so very pretty. As you can see, the wave has dropped immensely and I enjoy that. So I'll put it back on and I'll be right back. So as I was putting this back on, I realized that one thing that does bother me quite a lot on this one, and it's probably because of the material of the lace, is the lace folds underneath quite a lot. I encountered this from the very beginning, but I just realized it again as I was putting it on. The lace does fold. So, you know, I always have to unfold it, but if I'm wearing a lot of makeup like I am at the moment for filming day, so I'll have to use my fine tooth comb to remove or unfold the lace. So that's another thing that I realized, and that's probably because of the material that's been used for the lace top and the lace part. But other than that, it's pretty much the same wig. It's worn really well. I do enjoy wearing it. It's ready to go into storage until next autumn or fall. So it's summer here in Australia. As you can tell, the sun is coming through my room and it's a little bit blinding, and I do apologize, but it's time for me to pull out the blonde wigs and wear a lot more blonde from here on out. So this is going into storage and I will be wearing it again in a few months' time. So yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't wait to purchase my next Belle Tress wig. I've got my eye on some of the silver shades that they've come out with. So hopefully it's one of the silver wigs, which yes, I can't wait, and hopefully I'm lucky enough to get one of those. So guys, thanks for hanging around and listening to my updated review on Columbia. I really enjoyed wearing Columbia for the past 5 months. As I mentioned, it's an everyday wig. I've worn it out on date night or on date days. Yes, if you have any questions about how Belle Tress Columbia has performed in the past 5 months, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you'd like to know more about the shade or the fit or any questions you might have, then please don't hesitate to ask and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So if you haven't already subscribed, then please subscribe to my channel so you can be notified of any new videos that I post. I try and post on a weekly or fortnightly basis depending on my work schedule. But yes, please like this video if you've enjoyed it and you want to see more updated reviews down the line. So thank you for watching my updated review today, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye.